Okay, good morning, everyone. I did highlight in the House of Assembly this morning the recruitment that we've been doing over the 3 years of the outgoing chief engineer, who you'll note is amongst the missing. He's already going to start barbecuing. He's barbecuing for those people at the quarry today, all part of his MO. But I thought it was important that you hear at least from some of those who have joined the ministry, as opposed to from me, about their experience. And so we'll start today with we should start with the principals. So we'll start with the principal electrical engineer, Mr. Ramiz Sabir.
Good afternoon. Keep this short and simple. I've had the pleasure of working with Bob since he first came to Bermuda, roughly, I believe, about 3 to 4 years ago. And Bob has just been a wealth of knowledge. He's very well experienced in structural, electrical, mechanical engineering. And to be honest, it's a huge loss for the engineering department that he can't stay on board. But we support him in whatever he does, and it's been a pleasure. Next is...
No, you should speak about what you do in the ministry and who you recruited. Come on.
Oh, okay. Speaking of my recruits, I thought this was more for Bob, but okay.
He wouldn't be happy with it.
We have Jero. Jero is my electrical energy consultant who came on board roughly about, not up to a year, but almost a year ago. We have
Explain what he's doing.
His primary purpose is energy savings. So he's basically going around to all the schools. He's surveying primary schools, high schools, middle schools to save energy through lighting and air conditioners, and basically anywhere where we can consume energy or save energy. Also, we have Zico Johnson, who's recently back from Toronto doing a secondment with Acorn.
Let's hear from you.
That's her from Zico, yes. That's her.
So I recently got back to Toronto from a secondment with Acorn and H.H. Angus. There I designed a lot of heating and cooling systems for commercial buildings, usually ranging from 2-story up to about 6 or 7-story buildings. I learned a lot there. I learned Revit and new 3D modeling of buildings and structures, which I used to try out on King's Wharf. And
Yeah. Also, we had Jamar Deal sent on secondment. We had Jamar Deal sent on secondment with Zico Johnson. Zico is a mechanical engineer. Jamar Deal is electrical, but Jamar Deal unfortunately couldn't be with us today because he had, obviously family duties and whatnot. And we also have our summer students who have been a wonderful talent over the past 3 summers, starting with Lance Braun. This is our star summer student. We give him an opportunity to name off a couple things that we've had him working on.
Good day. I joined the summer employment program, the workforce development, back 3 summers ago. And at first I was doing surveys of crosswalks all around the island, all the way from Dockyard all the way to St. Davis and St. George's. I did a survey, did a report on that. Then next year I came back, we went ahead and implemented the solar pedestrian crossings. Did research on that, try to find a suitable, affordable way to achieve that around the island. I'm very glad that I was able to work on that. This year, recently, I've been going on to different projects. With Mr. Bertulli has been training me and trying to help me out get the AutoCAD and see how the building is basically built from the ground up, from electrical systems, fire alarm systems, and other systems like that. It's been a pleasure. I thank these guys, I thank the government, and thank you.
Good.
Good morning all, my name is Cody Simons and I've been here for the last 2 years with these guys, working alongside them. It's been a great opportunity. We've had many ups and downs, laughs all around. And most of the main projects I've been working on with the Artemis building with Daniele as well. And it's really been interesting to see how things fit together, whether it be electrical or mechanical. And it's been a great year as well.
Thanks, Cody.
Yep.
We also like to give Daniele Bortelli the chance to say a word.
Yeah, good day, everyone. Daniele Bortelli. I'm especially pleased for the minister for not messing my name up in the house today. It's been, you know, it's one of the few occasions in my life where, you know, on the big stage, my name is actually pronounced properly. So commends. Thank you very much. It's usually an embarrassing time, but nonetheless, yeah, I'm pleased to be back. Basically, you know, it's been a year. I've been overseas for quite a bit, but in total, I believe it's been about 6 years within the ministry. So I'm definitely glad to be of service again to the public of Bermuda. I'm also pleased to be able to pass on the knowledge that I've gained over the years to the summer students as well as everybody else within the department. This has actually given me a lot of joy, but you know, moving forward, I'd also be pleased for everybody to have a safe cup match, and as well as Somerset for lifting the cup up for another year. Let's have it. All right.
That was great.
Good morning. I've had the privilege of working in the Department of Works and Engineering since 2011. And I've been involved in many things over the 8 years that I've been here. The first challenge that PS Rochester gave me was to get the big marble ball rolling in front of Cabinet Office. He was good enough to give me 9 days to get that working. And I think it's still working, so I'll count that one as a success. During my time here, I started off in the building services with mechanical engineering. And then in 2014, Stephen Outbridge went up to the bus garage, and so they gave me the opportunity to look after the quarry depot, 80 unionised staff, 600 vehicles, and I've been there for 4 years, and I think that they're a great team, tremendous. And I'll be sad to miss them. I'll be retiring at the end of this month, but I'm still staying in touch with Bermuda. During my time here, I've mentored students through Knowledge Quest, and I've told them that I'm still available for that. I've done some work with the Sea Scouts up in St George's and helped Bermuda High School students build sets. They came to me one day and said, we're putting on Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and we want a car that can fly, and you're the guy to do it. So that was also a success. We didn't kill anyone on that one. And so I've really enjoyed my time here, and it's with mixed feelings that I leave. So thank you very much. Thank you. Tina?
Hi, my name is Tina Biosero. I have extensive experience working in America and the USA, and I met Curtis Charles in Arizona, and that's how I was recruited to come back to Bermuda. I'm actually Bermudian, so it's really nice to be recognized that as a female civil engineer that they were looking for females to come over here. And I'm trying to always promote females to come into this field, but it seems to be very hard. Right now, currently, I'm the acting principal, and I'm trying to get my knowledge in that field right now. I prefer design, but I'm going to get used to this position. Thank you.
Ricardo.
Okay. Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ricardo Graham Ward, and I've been with the ministry as a full-time trainee structural engineer since 2010. And throughout that time, I've worked on some very interesting projects, such as the America's Cup Cross Island land reclamation facility, the Bermuda Airport redevelopment project, and of course, most recently, the 2 new bridges that they'll be putting in the east end of the island. And the government's been instrumental, really, in my training for becoming a chartered engineer, which is one of my goals. And so for that, I'm very thankful. And I think that's it, really.
Austin.
Good afternoon. My name is Austin Kenny. I'm the senior structural engineer. I started with the ministry in 2010, did a brief stint, and under the advice of Mike Murphy, left to gain experience overseas. That was fantastic advice. I spent 7 or 8 years in Canada and Australia designing maritime structures. So when King's Wharf was going to be redeveloped, I thought it was a great time to come back to Bermuda. And I'm really thrilled that I did, because I've been working with a great team. And I'm really happy to be back home and can apply my skills to maintaining the infrastructure in Bermuda. Thank you.
Curtis.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Curtis Charles. I'm one of the roads engineers involved with construction and maintenance. One thing I want to point out is the training program is a very useful tool. I started training Public Works in 1979, and thereafterwards, I went off to college and then came back to the ministry in 1986. And I've been with the ministry ever since that time. It's a wonderful experience for anyone to be involved in, and I highly recommend that if you're engaged in any type of engineering, whether it be civil, electrical, mechanical, visit Public Works first. Thank you.
Tolan.
I have been working for the Bermuda government for a year now, a little bit more than that, and I learned so much from Bob, and I believe the structures team can appreciate a lot for his talent and experience to accomplish what we accomplished recently. I'm so proud of the team that I'm working together with, motivated and talented Bermudian engineers who are really good, and I don't think I have experienced such an attitude working around the world. I'm glad that I'm here and gain experience in Bermuda working for Public Works. Thank you.
Alex.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Alex Tolan. I've been in the summer program for like about 2 years now, and I've worked on like different road structures and like grates and certain things like that. And this year I've been like analyzing like different fences and bridges like around Bermuda, and it's been an amazing experience so far. I would commend like anybody that's interested in engineering to come to Public Works and try and start or do something dealing with that. But thank you.
Only one person left.
Good afternoon, my name is Jair Lawrence Salam. I only started shortly about 3 weeks ago, and I've been under supervision of Attila Fustos, Austin Kenny, and Mr. Bob Lorty. There I've worked on the PGA tender document alongside Austin Kenny, and different clarification and separation systems with Bob Lorty. Also, I've worked with Attila Fustos. He's just given me brief assignments on AutoCAD, referring to the reinforcement slabs of the new bridges in the eastern side of the island. So I would recommend anybody to join the Public Works Department, as it's been an enlightening experience in every single way. Thank you.
There it is. Your questions? So, of course you would.
Mr. Ward kindly mentioned the work we have done on the two new
Bridges,
eastern
yes.
Can you give us an update on that?
Well, the design work is completed. What he didn't tell you is that he's just back in the country a week.
Yeah, just 1 week.
Just a week from Rambo after years attachment. And so we're at the stage now where we will probably be going out to tender very shortly. That's the next step. And so we have an idea of the costs involved, and so we'll be looking at funding for those bridges before we go out to tender.
When would you hope to see groundbreaking?
It's a $6 million question at the moment. Obviously, money is going to be the factor. And so we're looking at creative ways of being able to fund it without adding to the public debt. And those discussions are ongoing at the moment. But I wouldn't imagine that we would be doing anything until the beginning of next year.
Absent from that comment was the causeway.
Yes.
We have some work scheduled this weekend on the causeway. Tell us about what's going on with that.
Well,
and
okay.
the mindset behind.
Yeah. There isn't actually work going on the causeway. It's work going on one of the Bailey bridges. And so there's regular maintenance that occurs with those. And so on Sunday, we've estimated, I think, 13 hours that one bridge will be closed. We don't anticipate it will take that long, but it's regular maintenance to the Bailey Bridge. And so the southern bridge will be closed for that period, and it'll be traffic lights to control traffic and the flow thereof across the northern bridge.
Is the structure of the causeway off the government's radar right now?
It's not. I wouldn't say it's off the government's radar. What I will say is that the research and investigations that we've been doing confirm that it's not, the integrity of the causeway is not in question at this time. There are some minor enhancements that we can do to the causeway in order to extend its life, But we are nowhere near where we were 2 years ago when there was an expectation that we would have to replace the causeway. That suggestion basically is off the table now after the structural integrity surveys that we've been doing on the causeway.
Your ministry seems to be in the forefront of alerting the public to the successes of training programs.
Yep.
Speak to the success of the program and why it's so important to let the island know.
Well, I will speak further on this subject on the motion to adjourn tonight on the number of summer students that we have in the ministry this summer. I think we're at 35. And they're begging me to stop there, but as long as they keep coming, we'll find a way to be able to include them. What is most encouraging for us is that we're a huge ministry, and so we cover a number of disciplines. And so by extension, one would expect that we would have opportunities for young people that will be interested in those disciplines. I'm pleased that particularly the 4 students we have now, that are all of them are in the engineering area. They're not all the ones we have. We have some at Tynes Bay, and we have them spread throughout the ministry, some at the quarry and elsewhere. But what is encouraging is that for them at their age, I don't think, in fact I didn't know what I wanted to do. And so part of our remit is to try and provide young people with an opportunity so that they're exposed to all of the disciplines that we have in the ministry and they have an interest in, to see if that's where they actually want to land. And I'm quite pleased that many of the young people coming along today actually have an idea where they want to go and are going in those areas and finding that in fact is a calling. What we say to them at the start of the summer is that if you indicate that you want to go to an area in the ministry, that you don't have to spend the whole summer there if you hate it after 2 days. Put up your hand and we'll try somewhere else, because our aim really is to get them to a place where they are comfortable and excited about what it is that they want to do, and that we provide them with the opportunity to be able to do that. Then they'll come back and be better citizens and contribute to this country in a way that's going to change the trajectory of it. I'm quite encouraged by the quality of young people, and one of the reasons why we really make an effort to try and put it into the public domain is because the bad news gets to headlines, rarely does the good news. And I'm determined that we, in this ministry in particular, are going to make every effort at every turn to highlight the young people in this country and the adults that are doing an amazing job, so that other young people will see that there are opportunities for them as well to follow suit, as opposed to the other way. Yep.
One more question. The partnership with ACON seems to be providing some success.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything in line to expand, maybe working with other groups to offer overseas experience to your trainees?
Well, let me just say this. ACON doesn't have a stranglehold on offering opportunities to young people. Anybody listening to the sound of my voice that wants to offer similar opportunities, we will take advantage of them. And they are not the only ones. Certainly built into the Bridges contract, for anybody bidding on that contract, embedded in that contract was a requirement that they take a young Bermudian engineer, so that they, and in the case of Ricardo, he understands exactly what we're doing from the ground up. And so if something goes wrong with those bridges, not only are we going to come looking for him first, but we suspect that he'll have the answer too, that we won't have to go overseas looking for the answer to any challenges that we may have with those bridges. And we wish to continue that process going forward in activities that we continue to do. Yep. Thank you very much.